Hi, it's Will from StormTheCastle.com, and this is a tutorial on how to make a Spartan 300 shield, and how to make it out of, found materials. We don't want to get carried away and buy all kinds of stuff. We want to try to make it cheap, but have it come out nice. And let me go over what I've got here, and what you're going to need to do this project. You're going to need a couple of pieces of durable cloth. That's for the handle that the shield will go like this. So two handles, one for your hand and one for your arm here on the back of the shield. You're going to need lots of newspapers because we're going to do paper mache. So you're going to need flour and water, a good mixing bowl, scissors to cut up the newspaper with into strips. You're going to need some cardboard, pretty good sized pieces of cardboard, your paints, and if you want to do kind of like the traditional way it's done, you use either a bronze or a gold paint and a black paint. And you're going to need a few nuts and bolts. And you can improvise those and come up with just some nuts and bolts. Those will be to hold the straps down. And then you're going to need some kind of a dome-shaped object. Something that's like a parabolic almost. And what I have here is a couple of different barrel covers. See, this barrel cover is pretty good. You can use a metal barrel cover. You'll just have to hammer it into a dome shape if it isn't already. And what I'm actually going to use for this project is the flexible flyer here. It cost me $10. And it's kind of nice. It's got a nice shape to it, and it's got a nice size to it, so I'll be able to get a pretty good shield out of this. So, and I'll show you how to work these and what you're going to do. So those are the materials you need. Cut away any excess shapes and angles and pieces of plastic or metal from your cover. So what you want in this case, like there may be a handle in the middle that sticks out. Cut that right off. It's okay if you have a hole in this. There may be some different shapes that you want to do. In this case, the rim around the edge, I'm cutting this right off. And most of this flexible plier is actually pretty good. I won't need to do a whole lot. Cut it all off so all you have is the parabola shape, the bowl shape there. That's all you want because that's your template and the base for your shield. Okay, I've cut out my cardboard ring and it's 3 inches thick, and I've attached it to the shield. Now I'm ready to apply the paper mache, and all the paper mache is 2 cups of water, 2 cups of flour, a tablespoon of salt, and a bunch of strips of newspaper. And you'll have to do this several times. You want to have at least 2 very thick coats of paper mache on the whole shield, both front and back. And I guess you don't have to do the inside of the shield, but I would do it for strength. So you just take your paper, you soak it in your flour mix, and you apply it to your shield. And take your time about it. Make it nice and smooth. Do the whole thing. Do around the edges. And just continue to do that. And then once it dries, overnight, let it sit overnight to dry. And then do another coat. And vary these. Overlap them. So they're nice and strong. And vary the direction of them. Don't put them all in the same direction. So it's like a patchwork quilt. So do the whole thing. I'll go ahead and do that. No need for me to show you while I'm doing it. And then I will show you it as it's drying. Okay, I've completed the first layer, actually the first 2 layers of the paper mache, and it looks really good. The shape is really nice. And I put it on nice and thick, wrapped it all the way around the edges, and sponged it down a little bit to try to keep it reasonably smooth. So that's what you do. Put at least a good 2 thick layers of paper mache on, both sides, top and bottom. I haven't done the bottom yet. I'll be doing that once this dries so I can flip it over. And then after that's done, I'm still going to do yet another series of layers to make it nice and strong. It's almost the same way that a shield is built. In a layered way like that. We're doing the same thing except with paper mache. That first layer of paper mache is just about dry, and this is coming out nice. Still a little damp here in the middle, but I wanted to show you that I'm cutting a little bit off cutting about 3/4 of an inch off the outside of this because I thought that ring was just a little too big. So I wanted to make it a little bit smaller, so I'm just going ahead and I'm just cutting it right off with scissors. And the point I wanted to stress there is that you can manipulate and change this thing and modify it a little bit as you go to get it into the shape you want it. So I cut 2 strips of cardboard about 2 inches wide and put those on there to form that ornament on the shield. And this is not quite a 90-degree angle, so if you're going to do this, do it a little bit more open than 90 degrees. It looks good. And now I've also bolted in the hand. I wanted to show you a couple of things here. Now, I created a cardboard disc to put it in there for strength. That will help keep this strong. And I made my 2 straps. I wrapped my straps, my large strap and my small strap, in tape, so they're comfortable. And then I bolted all of this right through the whole thing from front to back. So right through the shell, the paper mache, the cardboard and everything. And when you bolt it, I used I think 2-inch bolts, 2-inch long bolts. And when you bolt it, make sure you use washers so nothing pulls through. So now I can actually fit my arm in this like this and hold it. And the important thing is to make sure that you get the arms so it's in the correct orientation with the V you put on there. So next I'm going to, now you could paper mache this some more, put another coat on there, even coat this if you wanted to. Next I'm going to paint it. Okay, this Spartan Shield is done. Well, done for the most part. And I do like the color scheme, it came out good. What I did was, I painted it gold with spray paint, and then I used black, very lightly sprayed on black, kind of like in this kind of a pattern, because that brings out the shape of the bowl. So I didn't do much black here, I did a little bit of black just very lightly like this. It gives it a good look. And a little bit of black along here to accentuate this marking here. And then after that was all dried, I coated it with a clear coat enamel, or crystal clear coat. And it came out really good, it looks really nice. So I think maybe I'll stick with this bronzish, goldish kind of color, and I won't go with the other color scheme. I didn't paint the back, just to save paint. But you could paint the back, but you can see the handles. And this is how you put it on. And the thing about this is, make sure that you align these handles so the upside down V is correct, like that. You don't want it to be crooked when you're holding it. So that's the project. I got more Spartan gear coming. I still have to do some other things, including the chest plate. So thanks for watching. Plenty more stuff. Up till now I have the helmet, the greaves, the arm guards, and the spear. So I still have to do the sword and the chest plate. Thanks for watching. Plenty more stuff on my website, www.stormthecastle.com.